I always find it ironic that in places called third world countries, the quality of life can be so much more vibrant, invigorating, filled with real relationships, laughter, joy that we don't get here in the US. For example, when I would go to Jamaica growing up, I always noticed that work wasn't as much of a priority. And then I realized that in the US, we live to work, and in other countries, they work to live.
Hey y'all, hey. If you've been following me, you've known that I have been living in Jamaica for over 5 years, well, almost 5 years. And recently I had to come back to America to have surgery on my knee. I recently was inboxed and someone asked me, what are the benefits of living outside of America versus in America? So I'm getting ready to tell you, because everybody knows me love Jamaica.
In this video, this white American woman shares some benefits of living in Jamaica as an American. So let's watch the following videos as she explains further on the benefits of living in Jamaica as an American. Then we'll come back here and discuss further about it. But before we watch the videos, if you haven't yet liked this video, kindly like the video and also subscribe to the channel. Let's watch the videos together.
My accent's horrible, so I'm not even going to try. But the benefits of living in Jamaica, I'm a Cubs fan. Being back in America is horrible. Yeah. I love America. Don't get me wrong. I love my country, but I love Jamaica more. And the reason being is, in America, we have rent or mortgage, which is no less than $1,500 a month, even for a 1-bedroom or 2-bedroom in a nice area. Then you have your electric, your water, your gas, your cable and internet, your car insurance, your health insurance. And even if you have health insurance, then you have a copay. If you go to the doctor, you have a bigger copay if you have to stay in the hospital. The bills are never ending. I literally have a book that I have to write them all down and check them off as I pay them when they come in every month, because I can't keep up with them. There's so many bills, right? Then, not to mention, the healthcare system is horrible. The food that they provide us is full of preservatives and poisons so that we get sick, and now we have to depend on the healthcare system and take healthcare medicine and all this stuff. When I moved to Jamaica, of course, the food there is organic. It's grown, raised. Your meat is raised there. Your vegetables and fruit are organically grown there. If you go to the farmer's market, if you find a local farmer to sell you your meat, your fish, and your eggs, and go diving for your fish, whatever, what have you. Anyway, all the food is organic. There's no stuff in it. So automatically, that alone, I lost a whole bunch of weight. Go back on my videos. I'm not going to go into it. But living in Jamaica, it's peaceful. Like, the people are so amazing and so friendly. Yes, you have bad everywhere. Everywhere you go, you have good and bad people. There's always going to be guns and drugs and this and that. But you also have a positive side. It's paradise, for God's sake. So I have a 1-bedroom apartment overlooking the sea. It's fully furnished with no utilities. Internet is provided, water, power, everything is provided. And I pay $350 a month. No, 3 times the rent, prove your income, this or that. Oh, you need a place? I have a place. Pay me the first month and a deposit, and it's yours. I've been there 5 years in the same apartment. Why would I move? So when I got sick, I had to come back to America to have surgery. I didn't have anywhere to live because I had sold my house. I sold all my furniture. I sold everything. So just for these few months that I'm in America, to have this surgery that's covered by my insurance that I already had from my husband passing. That's a long story. But so the rent was $1,200 deposit, $1,200 rent. The power was $200 deposit, gas $200 deposit, water $150 deposit, internet $100 a month. Then my car insurance, I had to buy a car, so that's another $6,000. Then car insurance runs me $250 a month for full coverage. Like, the bills never end. Within 3 months, I spent over $7,000. Well, not counting the $6,000 car I bought. In 3 months, I spent almost $8,000 just because now I have to buy a couch and chair. I have to buy my furniture. Had to buy a bed to sleep in. Then I had to buy linens to go on the bed. I had to buy dishes. Then I had to buy food, which is outrageous. $12 for a dozen eggs. Come on. So yeah, why do I live in Jamaica? Because I don't have to worry and stress myself over bills. Yeah, it's not an easy life compared to America. It's a third world country. Some say it's not third world. They say it's first world. You choose what you call it, what you want to call it. Because for me, it's paradise. I have no hot water and I have no AC, but I have fans in the window and I have the sea breeze coming in. So I don't need it. If I need to wash my clothes, I wash them and hang them out to dry. There's no dryer, but I love that because the fresh sea breeze blows through my clothes. Anywhere you go, 5 miles, 10 miles down the road, there's our river. We go every Sunday to the river. There's waterfalls. There's music. There's dancing. There's people everywhere. Just, I don't know. There's no difference. It's no question for me. I love Jamaica. And as soon as I get well enough and back on my feet, yeah, damn right, I'm going back. Who's going with me? And for those saying, oh, once your American money run out, you'll go back. No, I won't. I won't. Because I'm retired. I'm on a budget. I've taken my money and budgeted it. I allow myself so much every month while I'm in Jamaica. And once I reach that budget, that's it. And so that money, it'll last me a really long time. I'm not rich by any means, trust me. But I lived in Jamaica on less than $1,500 a month total. Rent, food, everything. So yeah, I'm not going nowhere. I'm here to stay. I do apologize if I'm rambling, because I did just take my medicine, so I'm kind of loo-loo. So if I'm rambling, I'm sorry. But yeah, it's a big advantage. Not just Jamaica, any country outside the U.S. Pick one. Pick one, search it on TikTok, living in so-and-so country, and there's a million videos of other people that have done it, and you can follow them and get guidance from them. But before you move anywhere, make sure you travel there and see if you like it. Because Jamaica is not for everybody, and it's not for the weak. If you're weak-minded, or if you're not street smart, or if you're not aware of your surroundings, then don't move here. Absolutely. But I wish you luck. One last thing and then I'm done. Don't come at me with Jamaica's dangerous. Jamaica this, Jamaica that. Because I'm scared to go to the freaking gas station in America. Might get robbed. Go to a concert, might get blown up. Go to visit my nephew at his school, might get shot in a school shooting. I mean, come on now. There's violence everywhere you go. So don't give me that crap. Jamaica polices their own. So it's much safer than you think it is. That's the media. So if you come to Jamaica and you want to tour around and you want to see Jamaica and you're scared to do it, give me a call. Me and my security guards will come get you and we'll show you around.
I always find it ironic that in places called third world countries, the quality of life can be so much more vibrant, invigorating, filled with real relationships, laughter, joy that we don't get here in the US. For example, when I would go to Jamaica growing up, I always noticed that work wasn't as much of a priority. And then I realized that in the US, we live to work, and in other countries, they work to live. In the US, we value our luxuries. We love having things. We go to Amazon, we click, we buy. It's a ton of consumerism. It's a ton of prioritizing these material things, but we don't prioritize human connection the same way. Living in the West, it's a very I-focused society. So we are focused on ourselves, our gain, our lives, our world. And when you go to another country where it's more we-centric, it's less individualistic and more of a collective, there's just this level of laughter and joy and connection. In Jamaica, we party with each other. We party with our friends, our family. They may not have as much monetarily, but they have so much more joy. They're gonna play dominoes, they're gonna connect, they're gonna meet up, they're gonna talk. Those types of things don't happen in the US as much because we're all so busy doing business. We all got our own things going on. It's big as hell. You're all the way in this state, I'm all the way in that state. It's just not the same kind of environment that fosters those really deep connections. So whenever quality of life comes up and is in question, I always find it ironic because in my mind, there is way more than one definition of a good quality of life. And I guess it really depends on what variables you look at to decide what is quality.
Welcome back. So in this video, this white American woman shares some benefits of living in Jamaica as an American. So she says that she has lived in Jamaica for the past 5 years after relocating from the United States of America. So she shares these benefits that she enjoys relocating from the United States of America to Jamaica. Now, there are a lot of people who think that America is the land of opportunities. America is the land of dreams. Even though this may be true to some extent, it also has its cons. So those are the pros of America. It also has its cons. So people weighing the pros and the cons, some people may prefer to live outside the United States, whereas others may also prefer living in the United States. So she is an American and she has decided to relocate from the United States of America to Jamaica. And people ask her what are some of the benefits of living in Jamaica as an American. So she shares these experiences. First of all, she says that the food in Jamaica is organic. So unlike the United States of America, where majority of the food consumed by people in the United States are processed foods, Jamaicans have organic foods as their main source of nutrition. Majority of the foods in Jamaica are purely organic. They are straight from the farmlands and people consume them. So there are no side effects to consuming such foods. Unlike the United States, where if you eat a lot of these processed foods for some while, you are at the risk of developing some health complications. You could be obese. There is one particular city in the United States. I watched a video of it on YouTube where almost nearly half of the people in the city are obese. And this cannot happen in Jamaica because the food over there is very organic. Also, she says that Jamaica is peaceful. Contrary to reports in the media that Jamaica has some crime, even though it is true there are some crime over there, she says that it is generally peaceful in Jamaica as compared to the United States. As I said early on, every country has its pros and its cons. So looking at the pros and then the cons, she says that it is generally peaceful in Jamaica, because in Jamaica you would not hear of an incident where a whole classroom is students or pupils in a class are being shot. You will never hear that in Jamaica, but in the United States things like that do happen. She also said that accommodation is very affordable in Jamaica as compared to the United States, where accommodation is very difficult to get, and for just a small studio apartment you are going to be paying heavily for it. She says that she lives in Jamaica where she has a 1-bedroom apartment, fully furnished and all that, and she pays $350 a month for it. But if this were to be in the United States, she would have paid more for that. She even added that her total living expenses in Jamaica is about $1,500 a month, whereas in the United States she will certainly have spent triple or quadruple of that in the United States of America. Also, she mentioned that there is this social connection in Jamaica, unlike the United States, where there is no sense of togetherness, but in Jamaica there is this sense of togetherness. That is, in the US, people only live for themselves or care about themselves, but in Jamaica and other parts of the world, people think about the entire community, the connections, the social connections that they have with people, and that is very, very incredible. Now, in the US, she says that we live to work, whilst in other countries they work to live. This is a very profound statement, because looking at the US is a fast-paced world where it is always about work in order to pay bills and pay bills and pay bills. You don't even have time for yourself, for your family, and all other things like that. That brings social connection. But in Jamaica, people work in order to live. They don't necessarily live to work. They work, get some money, and then they enjoy their lives in the country. So these are some of the benefits that she stated in this particular video. She says that she's going for a knee surgery in the United States, and immediately she recovers, she will get back to Jamaica, because just within a few months of going back to the US for the surgery, she has spent a lot of money, which she would not have spent if she was in Jamaica. Let me know what you also think about all these in the comment section below, and don't forget to share this video with your friends and your family on WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, X, TikTok, and other social media platforms. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Just click the subscribe button down here, click on the subscribe button, click also on the notification bell, and I'd like to see you again in my next video.